Hello, hello. Wow, what's up, guy? Hello? Wait, does this sound normal? Hello? Wait, am I losing my mind here? No, I'm just kidding, but... How mad would you be if that was actually... The first 10 hours is going to be mic troubleshoot. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully it works. Okay, tired of everybody copying my bullshit, so I got a different microphone. We'll try this one for a while. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It seems cool. Maybe. I might need more volume. I'm not sure. But it's cute. What is this mic? This is a Neumann something 104, I think. I'm tired of everybody ripping off my Re 20 Electro Voice bull. Okay? I am the person who invented that microphone. I already ordered one, and I'm from Mythic Talent, so I ordered 50 for them too. Shut the f*** up. Make it so you sound like pirate software. Yeah, I don't have my... This is my pirate software voice filter. Hello, hello. How many mics are you going to swap? Well, I only use one microphone up here. What do you mean? Did you do something with your camera? It looks like you're in a Nolan movie. Believe it or not, humans are very sensitive to aspect ratio. Do you know how I say that like Sam Hyde's videos all have like a cinematic feel? It's just because the aspect ratio is much wider on it. So this feels more cinematic because it's got like a, for some reason, wider aspect ratios just feel more epic. One of the things that I thought was cute that one guy pointed out in his Pirates of the Caribbean review is the artificial aspect ratio enforcement to make that one to make the one underwater pirate scene like even more epic. Was this guy the one we watched? I love this review. It's such a great movie.
Situation quickly, and throughout the fight you can see that Will is enjoying himself. Like Elizabeth comes up with a plan to go in and lure out the pirates so the Navy can blast them with their cannons. And by the way, is it just me or do both of the actors nearly break in this scene?
What do you have to lose?
Nothing I'd lament being rid of.
Now, to be quite honest with you,
I don't know what's so funny to them, but... Or, you know, maybe it's a sign of Norrington's hidden feelings. He worries that her agreeing to marry Norrington just to save Will is the wrong decision, shadowed by Will and Jack's trick used to take the Interceptor at the beginning of the movie. It's just, you know, parallels. Also, look how they use the ship and the shadow of the ship in order to organically widen the aspect ratio of this shot to make it feel more epic. That's smart.
Cute.
Smart cinematography.
Cute. We can't see the video? Obviously. Because this is theater of the mind. Hello? Have any of you guys not played a little game I like to call Dungeons and Darlings? But okay. I guess I can go ahead and show you.
Of this shot to make it. Also, look how they use the ship, take the Interceptor at the beginning of the movie. It's just, you know, parallels.
Aspect ratio of the movie
also, look
is wide because it's theater. But then look, artificially increasing.
They use the ship and the shadow of the ship in order to
how cute is that,
widen the aspect ratio of this shot to make it feel more epic. That's smart cinematography.
I didn't notice this until my 27th viewing because I watched the movie so many times. But in the... Did you buy that Grand Seiko? Not yet. I'm waiting for my next court hearing. I noticed it in this movie. They changed the... They just changed the aspect ratio a lot between different scenes, which is interesting. Hold on. It's a black screen, remember? Oh, wait. Oh, this is actually a black screen. Sorry, wait. That's, what is it called? It's not HDCP. Wait, is it HDCP? High definition content copyright protection or something? It is HDCP. Wait, what do you call the thing that assigns IP address? DHCP. Sorry, Jesus. There's just so much CP in my life lately. I mix them all up sometimes. she steps out of the room after learning the sign spinning thing, and then whatever. If you watch the black bars on the movie, you can see the aspect ratio changes based on the scene. I just thought it was an interesting use. I guess maybe I felt it the first time, but I didn't notice it the first time. But all right. Does disabling hardware acceleration not get around it? I don't know, but if I have hardware, I want it accelerated. All right. Oh, YouTube chat is down on screen. Sorry, True. Fuck. Jesus. What's going on today, guys? Huge August Heartbound update dropped. Oh, shit. People play Heartbound? What do you mean? It's like made by one of the most talented video game designers of all time. Fuck, I have so much shit. What is this? Aw, cute. Wait, what movie is this? The new Mission Impossible, gotcha. What camera and lens would you recommend for budget, friendly-ish amateur photography? I don't know, and I don't know why you would ask me. I would say the most important things are muted. Yeah, it's because it's muted. Start taking a lot of pictures with your phone probably first. I saw a thing on Twitter once that I thought was super true, but it also describes me like 20% of the time, probably like 40% of the time. Somebody tweeted out, there's like, there needs to be a slur for people who buy the most expensive stuff when they're just starting a hobby. What's that called? If you want to get into photography, like I said this before, I think Melina had a really, really good eye for aesthetic and pictures. And I feel like if you give like a good photographer, like an iPhone, and then send them to some place, they will take phenomenal pictures. So far in my life, almost every single thing or hobby or whatever I've ever gone through has followed that rule, that the gear is like, it's a skill amplifier that increases a lot with the individual skill of the user. So if you take like a novice and you give them professional equipment, they're going to produce basically the same level of stuff. An intermediate person on professional equipment will do marginally better, but like a professional using amateur equipment will outperform everybody except for other professionals. So, I mean, yeah, it's worth it to learn, but I can't give you like advice on any of that because I have a horrible eye for aesthetic, so it's hard. There's a subreddit called, I think, Videographers or something, or Videography, and people post there and they ask. I used to lurk that sub a lot for camera stuff and everything. 28 years later was shot on an iPhone. Bullshit and no, okay? So that's kind of true, but it's also kind of not true because I'm pretty sure they have like fucking $30,000 lenses and speeders and all and what do they call them? Pullers. It's like professional video equipment. This is like, imagine somebody saying I was able to cut a ship in half with a katana. And it's like, with just an ordinary ass katana? Yes. I don't know what that is. It's like, really? That's really impressive. And you're like, yeah, it is. But then when you see the katana is actually attached to a $400,000 magnetic rail launcher system with like reinforcements built into the back. Like, I'm pretty sure you can find pictures, and I know this because of that I think is it videography? Is that the name of the subreddit? Because somebody posted pictures of the iPhones they're using. They're not holding iPhones. They have these things connected to the massive. There's a name for these huge things that you use for like balancing and for pulling focus and everything else. But yeah, it's not. They didn't just like walk around with iPhones shooting. I think that was more gimmicky than anything else. So they could say it. Oh, he shows you. Anytime people got these big boxes, that's the real expensive shit. I don't know what it does. At one point I might have, but...
Small cameras in order to make a feature film. Because you have this enormous tension between the ambition of this widescreen format and a small device, highly flexible, very little footprint that you can move around very easily with. You need a great cinematographer in order to bring those two tensions together. The wonderful Anthony John Mantle is here as well. Come in, Anthony. You can talk us through some of these.
I like to think having good level gear to start off with, at least with photography, will sometimes help you get into the hobby much more properly, e.g. with a camera. When you use a DSLR, you set your mind into photography mode and you detach it from it just being a phone picture. It makes it feel more like you're properly getting into a new hobby and trying to learn and practice something. I'll be honest, maybe for some people that is the case. In the past, for me, what I personally found was if I bought like a new expensive thing, my expectation was I should be able to do the same shit I was before, but now with the new thing, it's going to be way better. And then I would end up just getting super demotivated because I'd be like, wait a second, I have all this cool stuff and it still looks like shit. In fact, depending on the hobby you're investing in, it actually looks worse than it did before. For some reason, it's not as bright as I thought it would be. And when I turn the brightness up, now it's super grainy. But on my iPhone, it just worked. And I don't understand anything that's going on. I don't know why it all looks so fucking horrible. I feel like a webcam. Like I had that feeling for the studio downstairs. Like I had to do a lot of reading to make the cameras and everything else to understand like how to, just do stuff. That one, the photographer guy in chat sometimes, Como City, I don't know if he's still here. He gave me a lot of stuff to just like read and think about when it comes to like setting stuff up. But then I also, as a result of that though, like that's why I started to like, oh my God, dude, rewatching Django. This is why I appreciate this guy so much more and film in general so much more. I think if you've ever had to frame anything in your entire fucking life, I guess when you watch a movie, you don't think about it much, or I don't think about it much, of like, I feel like you're just like pointing a camera in the room and watching like people do stuff, but that's not really true at all. There's like so much decision making that goes into like like the camera following him quickly as he comes in, but then like slowing down as he walks off to the side, and like where is he at in the frame? Is he on the right side? He's on the left side? Like just shit like this. There's like so much. It seems like easy to do, but I don't know. Like even setting up like that fucking studio where I'm having static shots with people who aren't moving. And I'm trying to think of like, what does the plant go here? But if the plant goes here and the person is here, how do I divide the background so that it's not like chopping him in half? Like I don't need the like, even for and the studio shots. What I'm doing in the studio, this is like the easiest of the easiest for the easiest stuff to do. But there's just like so much. It's also like very not normal too in terms of like how people would act in real life, obviously. But for film, it works. I'm just saying there's like a lot of like weird stuff that goes into this. It's not ordinary and normal when you're doing it, but then when you watch it as a viewer, you don't think about it. It just looks cool. But like the setup for all of this is just like this is just there's just so much cool shit happening. I don't know why I love this shot so much. Like you got this huge wide, all the people come around to watch the dude get killed. This guy can't even watch him get shot. You've got the lady right next to him who passes out. You've got everybody running around in the background. He stays, this is just such a nice, it's so nice. And I love Waltz. I love this actor. He's so good. I bet there are probably better movies. This is a nice one shot too. Oh, fuck. I feel like there are so many cool shots in Django, but I'm sure there are in other movies too. That Hateful Eight one might have. I just hated that fucking movie. All that to say, I'm just saying that like if you give me like $20,000 of camera equipment and you give like Melina like a fucking cell phone and you tell us to go out and take pictures of nature or people in nature, like she's gonna do a phenomenally better job. Or anybody that's like a professional photographer, she's like the best like aesthetic person in my life. I'm sure there are like anybody that's like really good with the camera.
To kind of spread this out and work out how to guarantee you imaging that was good enough for the film and also reckless enough and unusual enough. And we need to, and there's an anamorphic front lens on it, which gives the spectacle.
Oh yeah, here you go.
We ended up with a gadget like this that even though it is very simple, My dear focus pullers can still control the image if they need to, and there's an anamorphic front lens on it, which gives a spectacular spread of imaging for the cinema. And that's the consumer system that we use. We had to switch off stabilizing, which meant I had
So, okay, this is the iPhone. This is what I'm talking about, okay? This is the quote-unquote shot on iPhone, okay?
to work out a way.
Between the the body gimbal stabilizer shit, between the puller and everything else, how much do you think this? Where are my videographer people at? Well, this is probably like $30,000 of equipment right here. No?
Way of holding us so it didn't wobble around and shake up and aggravate either Danny or the whole image as such. So we use gimbals of different kinds. This is the second version, which is called the, it's still very light, doesn't weigh a thing, called the adapter version, which is a combination of the smartphone.
Like, hello? Anytime you see the lenses, I don't know why. Anytime you see lenses with this fucking yellow writing on it, who knows the brand? These are like $20,000, $30,000 lenses. Unironically, I think. Can somebody give me the brand of the... there's a name for these with yellow, because I looked it up when I was looking up lenses before. I used the Sigma series of lenses, which are super good for... It's maybe 1K? Wait, is it? Am I lying? I feel like I've looked up these... The ones that work with the focus equipment and everything. Are they Zeiss lenses? Glasses. No, this is not what I'm looking for. Fuck. Maybe I'm exaggerating? Am I? No, it can't be 1K. My lenses are like... My 50 to 200 zoom is like 2K. Oh, equipment list. Oh my God, this might be the exact post that I read a long time ago. That 28 years later, shot on iPhone. Good job, whoever found this. Shot on iPhone, by the way. Chopped the fucking car in half with my katana, by the way. Now it's much more. The tripod head alone is over $10,000 if that's an O'Connor 1040 head. My assumption is that they have the legs on set too, but they just aren't using them on this particular shot. So you're looking at closer to $15K for the head and legs on the tripod. The Tango 2 head sandwiched in between the tripod head is over $6,000. On top of that is the dovetail, which is $75 to $300, depending on the brand and quality. I can tell that's an RE brand dovetail, so that's going to be on the high end for price. Even more if it's an 18-inch lens instead of 12 inches, then a studio bridge plate that's slid onto for a quick pop-on/pop-off mounting option, $750 plus if RE. Then likely some type of bridge plate adapter, $100 plus, to make the Ronford Baker quick release mount with plate and screws, $400 to $600 work with it all, so that they can attach the camera build to the tripod head setup. Then onto the camera build itself, that looks like an Atlas Mercury anamorphic lens, and I just checked, the IMDb text confirmed that, tech specs confirm that. So assuming they have a full set of lenses to be able to swap focal lengths, you're looking at about $50,000 for those, and they might have multiple sets depending on if they wanted duplicates for A cam team, B cam team, etc. So take that into consideration too. Not even going to do the lens adapters to make the cinema lenses work with a cell phone. Then let's say $500 for the matte box clamped onto the front of the lens. Oh, and those adapters might be custom made, maybe, to fit the phone. So then they're using, then let's say $500 for the matte box clamped onto the front of the lens, $300 for whatever filters they have in the matte box, $3,000 for that small HD 703 monitor they're using, plus sunshade cables and backup cables, $8,000 for what looks like a Cine RT system to help pull focus, which likely means there's something like a wireless fizz kit to remotely control the motors, or just one. We can't see the other side of the lens, so the first AC/focus puller can keep everything in focus while shooting. So let's round that to an even 20K, then just throw in an extra $500 for the little cage and brackety stuff plus iris rods to help put it all together. So yeah, ignoring all of the smaller stuff less than $1,000 each, you've got over $100,000 worth of equipment just for this shot alone, assuming they have a full lens set and not just a single lens to work with. And again, this could just be the A camera. Yeah, it's cool. It's an okay concept, I guess, but like this is the equivalent of some dude who's like 32 and he's never lifted in his whole life, and he's like, I'm gonna try lifting, and then at 33, he's like 8% body fat, tons of muscle growth, lost weight, and he's like, bros, all natty, wink wink, all natty guys. Natty lifters, you know, the hallmarks of natty lifting is gaining tons of muscle and losing tons of weight and being sub 10%. That's me, guys. Man, I'm fucking mad all the time, but it's just because he's lifted so many weights.
An intermediate stage which converts this sensor into an imaging sensor capable of receiving a PL lens. That means a mainstream lens. Could be any lens. Could be a lens as big as that or as small as this.
Why did they even... I don't even know why they shot it on iPhones, or I don't know what the point of it was. I'm gonna fuck with the EQ of this after stream. I think the highs are a little bit too much, right? Like, I feel like, would you call it tinny? 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 What do you think? It's not like 8K that you bring down a little bit? Ah, hello, test. I'll probably fuck with it. I'll fuck with all of it. Shelving? Do you roll the tops off completely? We'll try this one. Okay, fuck it. What is this? Bidenists? Is that a word now? Bidenists? Bidenists say this all the time. Oh, that's me. And it reveals so much about their worldview. They cannot fathom the concept of someone opposing a genocide because genocide is bad. It can only be some kind of trendy fashion statement because it happens to be what's popular right now. These are people who are not motivated by morality, facts, and logic, but solely by selfish and cynical impulses, which they then project onto everyone else. They can't imagine anyone doing something because it's the right thing to do. So they have to make up some reason why there must be something in it for them in order for their actions to make sense. True. Okay. Trump had a stroke and they are covering it up. More proof of a Trump health cover-up. Trump... I'm sorry. Hold on. This is one out of 3 for today. No, this is sad. Well... No, it's not. Wait, I was going to say Bruce Willis, but not that, actually. I don't know why this just came to mind. What the fuck was this movie? Hold on. It's called Fire in the Sky. A little bit? Like the aliens? Something's going on here. That's a follow-up. You need to read the original tweet. Oh, I need, hold on. Please don't fuck my whole shit up. Ooh. Okay. Is this more readable? I move this to... Well, actually, hold on. Let's try... Okay. 250. One out of 31. Holy shit. I believe there's growing evidence that the White House is covering up the fact that Donald Trump has been dealing with TIA strokes and that he likely had a more significant ischemic stroke this week. Let's read real quick about what the fuck that is. A transient ischemic attack is a short period of symptoms similar to those of a stroke. It's caused by a brief blockage of blood flow to the brain. A TIA usually lasts only a few minutes and doesn't cause long-term damage. However, a TIA may be a warning. About 1 in 3 people who has a TIA will eventually have a stroke, with about half occurring within a year after the TIA. Often called a mini stroke, a TIA can serve as both a warning of a future stroke and a chance to prevent it. Transient ischemic attacks usually last a few minutes. Most symptoms disappear within an hour. Rarely, symptoms may last up to 24 hours. The symptoms of a TIA are similar to those found early in a stroke. Symptoms happen suddenly and may include weakness, numbness, or paralysis in the face, arm, or leg, typically on one side of the body, slurred speech or trouble understanding others, blindness in one or both eyes or double vision, dizziness or loss of balance or coordination. Transient ischemic stroke is similar to the cause of an ischemic stroke, which is the most common type of stroke. In an ischemic stroke, a blood clot blocks the blood supply to part of the brain. In a TIA, unlike a stroke, the blockage is brief and there's no permanent damage. The blockage that occurs during a TIA often results from a buildup of cholesterol-containing fatty deposits called plaques in an artery. This is known as arteriosclerosis. The buildup also may occur in an artery's branches that supply oxygen and nutrients to the brain. Plaques can decrease the blood flow through an artery or lead to the development of a blood clot that moves from another part of the brain or another part of the body, such as the heart, to an artery that supplies the brain, might also cause a TIA. Okay. Oh shit, he covers some of it, sorry. TIAs are temporary. You'll see symptoms, but they resolve within 24 hours. Ischemic strokes can leave a lasting impact, but can range dramatically. Scope and severity. Precedes an ischemic stroke in about 30% of patients. In March 2024, Ron Filipkowski notes that Trump has been dragging his right leg for a while. It's something we've seen him do on and off over this past year, but not super notable on its own. Uh-oh. Is he? Okay, I don't see him dragging that leg at all, but I'm going to pretend I do for the memes, okay? Then in a Time magazine interview from right after the election, we see the first note of Trump's hand bruising. Once again, something people didn't think much of at the time. It comes up again during the Moscow visit from February 25th to 2025, where Caroline Leavitt repeats the lie about it being from shaking too many hands. Here's the thing. The thing that lends the most credibility to this, and it sucks because conservatives are completely and totally unable to actually see anything that is like not in their political favor. The fact that they've lied so much about his health is a little bit spooky. That's kind of spooky because the chronic venous shit or whatever, that should have been known, right? The doctor that assessed his health almost certainly lied about his weight, right? So the idea that they are willing to lie about things, we know they're willing to lie about things. Like the shaking hands, motherfucker. Oh my God. President Trump has bruises on his hand because he's constantly working and shaking hands all day, every day. Where's her saying this?
There has been bruising, we're told, on the president's hand, which she said, and I'll get back to you on the other side.
So in the effort of transparency, the president wanted me to share a note from his physician with all of you today. In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. The president underwent a comprehensive examination, including diagnostic vascular studies. Bilateral lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70. Importantly, there was no evidence of deep vein thrombosis or arterial disease. Laboratory testing included a complete blood count, comprehensive metabolic panel, coagulation profile, D-dimer, B-type natriuretic peptide, and cardiac biomarkers. All results were within normal limits. An echocardiogram was also performed and confirmed normal cardiac structure and function. No signs of heart failure, renal impairment, or systemic illness were identified. Additionally,
Okay, Dr. Vengupta, can you unpack that for us?
Wait, I was like half listening. Hold on. Did she say the handshaking thing? No. Wait, what the fuck?
Donald Trump health of aspirin use, while Trump's physician, Dr. Sean Barbabel.
What happened to...
Wait, she did say this, right? Am I hallucinating this?
Asked White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt what happened. She said it's from shaking hands. President Trump is a man of the people, and he meets more Americans and shakes their hands on a daily basis than any other president in history.
Okay.
We consulted with dermatologist Dr. Doris Day.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't hallucinate that. The next medical event we see is the president's annual physical report. Comparing the medication list to his old reports, we notice 3 new medications. Rosuvastatin. Oh, does this mean blood thinner? The statin thing? I don't actually know. Ezetimibe. Ezetimibe? I don't know how to pronounce it. And daily aspirin. Ooh, that's a lot of cholesterol over there. Statins are cholesterol reduction drugs. Gotcha. Hello, hello? Wait. Can go up to 100. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Sorry. Did it say taking finasteride? No? Did it? Okay. If my mic starts sounding worse, it's because of Yoj. He's giving me EQ tips. I think. At first, I thought this might be normal medication for managing cholesterol, and I've certainly heard of preventative aspirin use in the past, but I decided to interview some heart specialists, and I'm glad I did. Heart specialist? Cardiologist? Wait, does a cardiologist have to be a surgeon? Or is a cardiologist just a heart specialist? Or heart doctor? There are 2 general takeaways I heard from multiple specialists. Daily aspirin is not recommended for prevention anymore. An aspirin regime is treating something. Oh, regime, I think, not regime. There are many types of cardiologists. Okay. Ezetimibe. Can we just tell me how to pronounce this?
And if that doesn't work, add a drug called ezetimibe.
Ezetimibe. Ezetimibe is a second-line medication not used for regular LDL treatment. Statins like rosuvastatin
Crestor, which is rosuvastatin.
Okay, why is this guy coming up on everything? Chill. Well, will manage cholesterol alone, whereas ezetimibe will be used as a second line if the patient is at high cardiovascular risk, such as prior strokes, heart attacks, or arterial disease. Then it's used for stroke prevention. Go back to that video. It was about preventing heart attacks. On preventing heart attacks in those with heart disease. Oh, well, that's kind of dark. Trump's previous medical reports claim his cardiovascular health is great and is on the statin, so he shouldn't need ezetimibe. But this also brings us to the aspirin. As it turns out, aspirin hasn't been advised as a daily course prevention method for quite a while. Some old doctors may still incorrectly prescribe it as such, but qualified medical staff who keep up with literature shouldn't or wouldn't. The daily aspirin dose is now used as a blood thinner for specific lines of treatment, including in managing ischemic strokes. When in June we see Trump's swollen ankles, Jesus, and for the first time the White House medical team is willing to admit he's got CVI, and his bruising is related to his aspirin regimen and shaking hands. Regimen, Jesus. They keep coming back to this claim as aspirin does indeed make bruising easier. There are 3 problems with this claim. 1, bruising is seen on both hands, not just his dominant hand. Oh. The next problem, CVI is not a sudden onset issue, and swollen ankles is an intermediate symptom. An annual physical in April would have caught CVI back then if ankles were going to be swelling, and aspirin isn't a CVI treatment. But third, some of the bruising is monthly, usually around the 24th. Check the dates. It seems much more likely that the president is being monitored monthly for something, and then also occasionally getting an emergency IV as well. So what does this all mean? When a patient has had a TIA, they have temporary symptoms, but would be started on aspirin, rosuvastatin, and ezetimibe. Ezetimibe? How do you say this again? Hold on. Ezetimibe.
And if that doesn't work, add a drug called ezetimibe.
To prevent future ischemic stroke, just like we see with Trump. The patient having TIAs may have temporary symptoms for 24 hours afterwards, including face drooping, leg dragging, or trouble walking in a straight line. Okay, is that true? Hold on. TIA, walking in straight line. Is that actually true? Or is this guy just yanking our chain? Trouble walking in a straight line. What would it just be? Loss of balance, maybe? I'm just curious how specific that walking in a straight line is. This was kind of weird. But I thought maybe he was tired from getting off the plane. Sorry, I'll cover the Willie Mack video in a second. Hold on. Trump red carpet walk.
Vladimir. Yep. And you look at Vladimir Putin emerging from his aircraft just seconds after President Trump has emerged from his. So Trump, the first to set foot on Alaskan soil here.
How old is Putin? 72. Damn. Okay.
As Vladimir Putin makes his way down the stairs, all of this presumably choreographed between the two sides very tightly in terms of the protocol here of who greets who and when, and whether each man makes the other man wait for the handshake. All of that is something that both sides will have thought through very clearly. Striking to me, Scott, that you have this setup here. The sign says Alaska 2025. There's a blue platform for the leaders to stand on, which aides were vigorously vacuuming in the hour leading up to this meeting. But then flanking the stage are F-22 jets, American F-22 jets, noses pointed in toward where the two leaders will be standing. Right. It's got to be somewhat unpleasant for Vladimir Putin, at least, to stand underneath that display of American firepower. Two jets, noses pointed in toward where the two leaders will be standing. It's got to be somewhat unpleasant for Vladimir Putin, at least, to stand underneath that display of American firepower.
Maybe he like, hold on, maybe like somebody's talking to him over here. So he's like walking towards them, but then he has to like course correct, right? Like this has happened before, right? Wait, shit, hold on, stop. Okay, wait, okay. And then he's like course correcting, you know? Then he overcorrected, right? That happens. You ever like swerve into the lane next to you and you're not supposed to, and then you like course correct and you go back and you're like, oh shit. Have you ever walked next to somebody who like walks into you constantly? Has anybody ever had that experience before? Where you're walking next to somebody, for some reason they just keep like, they kind of like always slightly walk into you. Why do some people do that? I can't tell if it's an intentional thing or not. It's like if you stand near a big dog and they start leaning on you. Anyway. Patients who experience very mild strokes that are not TIA, such as, I feel like this is too, I don't know how you would describe this sound, boxy? I don't know how to EQ a mic. I'm just following EOG instructions. I feel like this has, it's too tinny or yellowy. It's like, it's not very warm. Somebody, he's fixing it, okay. Patients who experience very mild strokes that are not TIA, such as a Lucinar stroke or a minor ischemic stroke, may have persistent but barely noticeable symptoms causing drooping of the lip, eyelid, and eyebrow, which would be on the same side of a leg dragging symptom. Uh-oh. If a patient under White House level medical care was seen having a stroke, they'd be scanned to rule out a hemorrhagic with the White House portable MRI, and then they could receive alteplase, a clot-busting peripheral IV, often given in the hand for elderly patients. This was my assumption, just because my grandma, when she was like in and out of the hospital so much, I feel like she always had a lot of bruising here because the IVs here would always be, I don't know why, but they would always just give her hands were always so fucked up here. Same thing with my grandpa's as well, actually. If that patient was on aspirin for cardio risk management and or potential calcium blockers, we'd expect bruising of the hands and swelling of the ankles. If they had a mild ischemic stroke, we'd expect the patient to be on bed rest for 24 to 48 hours, by 2 to 3 days, able to take small or assisted steps, and the patient may have facial droop, flatter facial creases, or their mouth agape due to facial muscle weakness. Okay, but this is just a picture and a video. Give me the video this is from. I need the video that this is from. It's a pic? Okay, well, he could be in the middle of saying something. Hi, hey, I love you. Right, or something, right? Even though they could walk at this time, speech and complex motor skills may still be recovering, and we notice that Trump has oddly kept the press pool very far back from the White House and hasn't allowed them on the golf course. We also noticed that he was dressed the same as the last time he went golfing with Kai, and that MAGA influencers were given an old picture to circulate from January and his other golfing picture from June 27th. That was kind of weird. Those same influencers were circulating a video of him in the same outfit, but that one came from June 29th this year. Oh, this thing. Oh, this was the older video. So some people were circulating this? The video was posted on June 29th. Oh no, wait, there's a guy saying that other people were doing it. I don't know if other conservative influencers are doing it. The next picture of him from today, from afar with continued face droop. Well, that could just be his... Dude, he's got that throat drissy. Oh my God. Jesus. Popping a rager thinking about that one. My God. He once again spoke with no reporters before going golfing, and both times reporters were confined to the tennis court out of view of his course instead of letting them take pictures like normal. I feel like that's the weirdest thing because he's so hungry for press and media attention. Like he's always on that shit so much. Turn it up. The boxiness comes from too little high end. I'll let you know if you overdid it. Hello, hello. You want me to turn this up here? Wait, that's way too much. Stop. Hello, hello? No, that's way too much. Wait, do you need this to shelve? Whatever. I'm sending you a picture. Here you go. None of this even gets into the other weird events this week, of Vance being ready to take over, or his social posts seeming like they were written by interns. But the motive is clear. They know Vance does not have the same hold over the base of the party, nor the Republican Congress. If Vance was president, the admin would get far more pushback. Under a normal administration, a president having repeated TIAs wouldn't be removed from office, but even a moderate schemic is likely to impact mental faculties and merit the 25th Amendment being invoked. Vance and Miller know that their federal power consolidation requires continued implementation leading up to the midterms, and Trump's own ego will mean he never lets go willingly. So unless the White House can provide a transparent explanation of his health that better fits these circumstances, I'm forced to conclude that they are lying to the American people and hiding that Trump had a stroke. It's time for the press to push on this and get clarity. Press X to doubt. And then his follow-up. More proof of a Trump health cover-up. Trump leaves White House again this morning, mouth agape, not allowed to speak with reporters, and it gets weirder. Like full-on AI gaslighting kind of weird. He once again goes golfing at his club, and reporters are confined to the tennis court area, not allowed to speak to Trump, and not allowed to seem him golfing. Yikes. You overdid it. Hello, hello. We'll try this. This is 1 decibel. His team posts this picture with close friend and radio host John Fredericks. After days of outdated pictures, we finally get something that seems current, but something is off. Something is off. Can we figure out what's off? Why do these people look so nervous? Why do these doctors look so concerned? Or they're not doctors, I guess. Or, oh, Secret Service, maybe? Oh my God. Why do you think the, where's gunk? Is this like embroidery? Or do you think that like the, whatever image algorithm does the image compression here has to do this whiteness around the, it's a patch? Well, is it though? It looks like, I'm guessing it's just like JPEG artifacts, and it artifacts around because there's like more information here. Color change and text. That's my guess. Other than the weird staging, we notice that Trump's eyes are barely open, especially his right eye. This would be consistent with someone recovering from a minor stroke or a larger TIA who is recovering physically but not fully well yet. But it's also an odd smile for Trump. Large, overly toothy, and uniform. The rare times he smiles with teeth, it's smaller and larger on one side. It's not this clenched teeth full smile, and his face doesn't push back that much when he does it. Okay. But it's an odd smile for Trump. Large. Oh, we already read this. So then I thought, what about tools like FaceApp that use AI models to adjust a person's appearance? Since this isn't a press photo, we don't know it's not face edits. Here's a sample of a Trump smile image run through FaceApp's smile feature on high settings. What do you notice? No shot. When we make the change, the app squishes the face to expand the smile, Crow's feet intensify, lips furl in. Smile lines pull back, eyes become more closed, smile feels more intense / forced / unnatural. Unlike an AI that fully generates images, a face editor like FaceApp is hard to programmatically detect. There are no hidden watermarks or super obvious tells. The best method is changing the contrast in Photoshop to look for odd noise. And when you boost contrast, you'll notice some. Hard to see with Twitter's compression, but the outline around Trump's face is pixelated noise, and so do his teeth, suggesting, although not proving, touch-up. It could be lighting inconsistencies, but along with the weird smile and behavior, it does raise questions. I'm entertaining this because I think it's funny. But you should always be careful when you see people doing analysis like this, unless the person is like an expert who really knows what they're talking about. There is a whole bunch of reason why noise can appear in certain areas that have nothing to do with an image being doctored or not. Like if you've ever ran an image through, or if you've ever seen somebody run an image through like, is this AI or has this been edited? And it's like 72% certain it has. You should just take like 100 images from your own phone and run it through some of those, and you'll be surprised that like 40 of your pictures will come back and it'll be like, this has been highly edited or this is AI generated. It's like, wait, what? Sometimes there are like very obvious and very reliable tells, but it's because like things have been run through like multiple compression algorithms, or because you've seen there's a reason why, but like really experienced people would tell you. But stuff like this, anytime you start seeing people circling shit and saying like, look at the compression, it could be weird. Not saying that this is not true. I would just say be careful. If there's nothing wrong with the president, then why is he not taking questions from the press? Why are they not allowed to see him golfing like usual? And why are we only getting controlled media releases? Why are all press images inconsistent with what his team puts out? We're on 7 days since he was last freely in front of the press. We'd expect a TIA or minor stroke victim to be able to walk and pose for a photo now, but perhaps still have other small tells, but be nearing the point where they can pretend nothing happened. The press are not asking any hard questions, and it's likely by midweek we'll get some simple talking from the president sitting behind the resolute desk, and they'll pretend everything is okay. The president is clearly not running the country. P.S. Q MAGA rage as the bootlickers tell me how healthy he looks, how this is obsessive, how he works so hard, and how vague whataboutisms about Biden somehow magically make Trump's health better. Wow. Oh, wait. Was this photo supposed to be from today? Is that what the White House is claiming? Hold on. Because apparently the guy who took this picture said it was yesterday. This photo was taken August 31st, 2025. Yesterday by my wife Anne on her phone at approximately 4 p.m. EST after golf and lunch at Trump National Golf Club in Sterling, Virginia. Secret Service allowed the photo at POTUS direction. Thanks and have a great day. Why are people motivated to post this stuff? Why does the public need to know right now if he's dead, sick, or fine? Does it make a difference at all? True. Who cares? How is he not even truthed out fake news? Oh. Weird truth here. It is very important that the drug companies justify the success of their various COVID drugs. Many people think they are a miracle that saved millions of lives. Others disagree with CDC being ripped apart over this question. I want the answer, and I want it now. I have been shown information from Pfizer and others that is extraordinary, but they never seem to show those results to the public. Why not? They go off the next hunt and let everybody... What's weird about this? It just seems like a random... Trump did not write this? How do you know? All of his tweets or truths look fucking retarded to me. I can never tell. I have no idea. I want them to show them now to CDC and the public and clear up this mess one way or the other. That's an interesting phrase. Has he ever used one way or the other before? Or one way or another before? If you ever see me tweet out or say one way or the other, then I've definitely been replaced by a body double. One way or another. One way or another, we're going to figure this out. As opposed to one way or the other, we're going to figure this out. That's a... Whereas, has anybody made the meme of like fucking fuck, I don't even know what it would be. It would be like a MAGA calling Donald Trump, and then like this truth post is on the other end of the phone. Wait, here he says one way or the other.
And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
Oh, he does say that. Fuck. He's alive. Stop! Do you see a JD presidency as more dangerous than Trump? No. I don't think he'll have the popular support to do anything, is my guess. Does William McDonald even merit a response? Ryan Beard accidentally set a landmine that blew up spectacularly down the line because you kept quiet. Because I kept quiet, Jesus. Yeah, I should watch it just because we need to cap this shit. Put a cap on it is what I mean, not cap like kill. Okay, Jesus.
Can you make out what they're doing?
Wait, what's going on here? This is today?
You got another one? Let me see. Damn, y'all let's stay in that little outhouse on the end. Oh, somebody there, right? Right now, right? Oh, there you go. You got it? You zoomed in?
Oh my god, there's body parts. Holy shit. According to that floor plan, this is the window they're throwing things out of. Wow. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm supposed to care about how people in the 1930s lost weight. Oh, I just fucking got baited by a stupid fucking ad. Okay. Just as a reminder to refresh your brain and to protect your psychology, because MAGA are going to be relentlessly assaulting you, especially you guys, okay? Because I'm such a institutional cuck. You're always supposed to trust your institutions and believe that conspiracies can't really happen. But I always qualify that by saying that, in my mind, conspiracies generally can happen involving huge issues or lots of people because something will leak, number one. And number two, because like most people just aren't like evil. Most people in the intelligence services, most people who are police officers, most people like generally care about their fellow citizen in like in the aggregate, in the broadest sense, okay? Conspiracies involving very few people, I can believe are possible, especially about enemies, I believe are possible, but wide, huge, like 9/11, like no shot. The issue that we're running into, though, with the Donald Trump administration is that all of those strong institutions that kind of protect us from the ultra-conspiratorial stuff, I don't even really want to say have been eroded. They have been like nuclear bombed by Trump. Like he has full-on sycophantic fucks at his disposal. And the Trump media network, all of the right-leaning MAGA alternative, all that bullshit, all of it will play ball with the Trump admin and will never, ever, ever hold him accountable at all. So we have like very fertile ground for actual conspiracy stuff to happen and for it to be much harder than normal to detect, which is scary, but... Taylor's getting roasted by Lives on Threads. Even Jasmine Crockett was roasting the article on a content creator's Instagram comment section. Oh, yeah, I'll finish that article up today. I actually think this is a really, I'm glad Taylor made this. I think what I want to do is I just want to write down everybody on which side of this. I think that this is like the perfect litmus test article for who is a Democrat and then who is something else that needs to be like away from the party. And then something I want to do, I'll tweet later today. We'll figure out how to do this. Wired should take this article down. They should issue a retraction. Basically, every single thing in this article is not true. All the major claims have been rebuked or rebutted by multiple content creators, and Wired has yet to respond. Taylor Lorenz has yet to respond with literally anything. So, yeah. I don't know how you can leave that up. I think that's crazy. Let me get our Red Bull. Hold on. Okay. Which one? What's the new one today?
I reported
Oh my god. Oh.
that he has CSAM
Proof! Destiny's lying! Lawyers say it's over! Red exclamation marks. Skull picture. It's over.
In my last video, I broke allegations on Destiny, where in my DMs, he admitted to having CSAM on his computer of a 17-year-old named Rose. Hands down the most shocking interaction I've had on YouTube since things have hit the fan, with Destiny and Ethan going full scorched earth, digging up old Reddit posts, going after...
The two most wild things you've experienced on YouTube both happened in the past 2 weeks. I thought this guy's like 45 years old.
Family members. Destiny has made a video saying that Rose's age still hasn't been confirmed. And Abba and Preach uploaded a video echoing those same claims, even though it's not true. Look, I brought these allegations into this world, and now that everyone's responded, I want to set the record.
You didn't bring anything into this world, to be clear. The mysterious forum that for some reason every commentary YouTube guy is too scared to say by name.
So when Destiny's court case with Pixie is over, he could respond to his most damning accusations in one place. Because nobody, including me, is hoping Destiny has illegal CSAM in his computer, but the receipts against him are ugly and they need to be addressed. Him deflecting to Rose's...
The receipts against me. Oh my god. This guy is so dirty. I pointed this out last time that, wait. The teeth out. The crow's feet deleted. Is this an AI picture? Was this even a real video? When this guy fucking tells me in DM, he's like, oh, don't worry, I'm not making a video on this or anything. I feel like I would have been, wait. Shit, hold on. I would have phrased things a lot differently if I would have known he was fucking publishing shit. What am I thinking of? Wait, hold on. Off the record.
Complaining about him having nudes of her doesn't make it legal.
I'm like the only person in the history of the internet whose people are trying to cancel based on no person making any claims against me.
Destiny's first stream back since the allegations went live against him was to play the pedophile song.
Also, again, he says the allegations. These are not being made by a potential victim or any. These are just being made by non-interested third parties, which is kind of wild to me, but okay.
Stream opening.
Okay, based.
His Reddit is talking about how he's liking posts on Instagram of little girls being his new girlfriend. Destiny.
I like a ton of crazy shit on Instagram. Bro, are we playing the game of... Well, I already play this game with Ethan. I don't think anybody wants to play this game. I don't know what's in Willie Max Pass, but are we gonna, bro, I've like so much crazy shit on Instagram. Jesus.
Always has the best optics.
Also, I like how he's like it we're on Instagram. 1.6 million likes. A lot of people like this on Instagram. Jesus.
Little girls being his new girlfriend. Destiny always has the best optics. I know everybody's a little stressed. I know everyone's a little tense, but let's just take a deep breath.
Nobody's stressed. Nobody's tense. Just you, buddy. Fuck. Hold on. Oh. No. Wait. Okay. Sorry. I just missed something.
Look at the facts and use our sensibilities. And it's made that much easier with Fume. That's the good stuff. Ever feel like you're stuck in a habit you don't even think about? Maybe you're reaching for something when you're hanging out with friends or in stressful moments, or just out of boredom. This isn't a vape, e-cig, or nicotine product. It's something totally different without inhaling anything harmful. Fume is just flavored air and gives you something to reach for without all the harmful chemicals. And it comes in a wide variety of flavors. But
You're not stressed at all? Are you like a monk or something? There are two things that I'm stressed about, that I've been stressed about since the very beginning. Well, not really. Well, kind of. The first thing is PR, because that's the most important thing. And when it comes to my career, right? Are there people that think I'm a pedophile or whatever bullshit? And the second thing is just, what is the next thing that opposing counsel is going to throw into the 50 millionth fucking motion that they throw in front of the judge? Those are the only two things I'm concerned about. The problem is for the detailed breakdown of reasoning for all of this stuff. And I can explain all of this once my court case is concluded. I just can't say publicly for reasons. But even if I say the reasons, I think that opposing counsel is going to throw things into more fucking motions. It's so unbelievably cucked. It is so unbelievably cucked that I'm being sued for $15 million and I'm expected to divulge information about... People keep saying oh, well, why does he say anything about this? Has nothing to do with his court case. These are the DMs that my court case is concerning. This has everything to do with my court case. What are you talking about? If not for this person, there is no court case. So people like him are oh, I don't know why. You're so fucking stupid, bro. Holy shit.
Favorite part about Fume is it's the greatest adult fidget toy ever created. Twist it, pull it, pop it on its magnetic stand.
They already make adult fidget toys. They're called your dick, your own dick.
Whenever I get in a slump at work, I distract myself by pulling out my phone or getting up and grabbing another cup of coffee that I definitely don't need. Now I just grab my Fume, fidget with it a bit, get a little stimulant of flavor, and I'm right back to work. So come join the over 500,000 people that use Fume. And right now, if you order the Journey Pack today using code WillyMac, you'll get a free Fume topper. So if you've been thinking about changing your bad habits, this is the perfect first step. So go to tryfume.com/WillyMac or scan the QR code to grab yours today. Thank you, Fume, for sponsoring this video.
Willie Mac decides to run and make a video 2 hours after DMing me. Now I understand. I get it. Okay, we have to do the Destiny bad because it's too much heat from other people.
I love how he doesn't honestly engage. He just immediately tries to assassinate my character. It's very...
Doesn't honestly engage. I'm starting the video off. Oh my God. Really? By the way, I like how Willie's video against me isn't about me at all. I like how it's just a giant cigarette ad or vape ad or whatever the fuck this is ad. The whole thing is just an ad, by the way, because that's what the start of the video was.
Very clear why I went to the police. It's because he sent me a screenshot of what he described as videos of...
Why is he saying this? It's clear why I went to the police. I literally explicitly say, I don't care if you would have report me, whatever. That's fine. That's not my issue. The issue is making a fucking public video about something you told me you weren't even making a video on, and then throwing screenshots in there. I have these as PR fucking public ready statements. Jesus.
A 17-year-old having sex with other guys. His words. I didn't want to misunderstand him, so I asked very clearly, is the video he just described what he was sending me? He responded, depends why you're asking, which could very obviously be...
Chat a serious question. How long does an FBI investigation into CB possession take before arrest? People have been making these... Let me just put it this way. People have been making these claims for over a year, okay? Lots of claims have been made by a lot of people. I'll just put it that way, okay?
Be a joke, but it also implies under the right circumstance, he could have sent this to me. And then he said yes, confirming that he still has...
Why does he... And then also, what is this?
It'd be a joke, but it also implies under the right circumstance, he could have sent this to me. And then he...
is the implication that if you want, I've got a whole bunch of CP that we could both goon over? Where does this... What?
said yes, confirming that he still has. When I said that it's crazy that he was telling me that he has CSAM on his computer, he doesn't deny it. Instead, he gives reasons for why he's allowed to keep it. On stream, he said he was sharing this stuff with other people to try and find her.
Oh, yeah, because I have screenshots of,
Yes, we were doing detailed vaginal analysis to try to figure out.
We tried to do identification for some of these videos.
Okay, he says he's analyzing these videos, as in multiple videos, but these videos are CSAM.
Try to find her through her boyfriend as well.
There is so much that's not true about that statement. This is for real, like in 6 months, okay?
I have screenshots of when she would record stuff. She literally has a lot of these were done via Skype calls with her boyfriend, which I didn't really figure at the time.
How much more clear could it be that this guy has CSAM on his computer? But fast forward a little.
Let me just throw this into the ether, okay? Now, Willie might be a freak, okay? And I'm not aware of it. But there are other things, believe it or not, that you can record that have nothing to do with, like, sexual stuff. That's possible. Now, I'm just throwing that into the ether. Not that that has anything to do with anything else. I'm just saying that is possible. Now, maybe not for Willie. Maybe not for Playboy Willie over here, okay? But...
Well, but he's tweeting, I have no CSAM on my computer, and saying he would have worded things differently if he knew I would have a problem with it.
I don't know why you talked to Willie Mack at all.
No! I wouldn't say I would word things differently if you had a problem with it. I would word things differently if I knew you were using it as like a public statement. Jesus, I wouldn't be throwing like fucking smiley faces into in Omega lols or whatever into my fucking DMs if I knew you were publishing these. Jesus.
I don't remember. I think he messaged me on something. But I've been in communication with him. I just didn't expect him to run and make a YouTube video in 2 seconds based off some DMs with us. Obviously, I would have approached that conversation a lot more care in terms of how I'm phrasing things, obviously. But
instead of yes to keeping CSAM, would you have said no? Because that would obviously change a lot. Like your entire statement. He's literally rewriting history in front of our very eyes. Because saying yes would be a crime.
Especially when I have every reason to believe this person is 19 anyway, so.
No, he doesn't have every reason to believe that, especially since Rose's boyfriend Solo told him in November of 2024 that she was 17. Now,
I don't know why he keeps relying on this guy's DMs. When he messaged me, as he's telling me this, you understand this guy has every incentive to lie about her age as well, right? He's leaking revenge porn of me. He's engaging in extortion and blackmail to try to come onto my stream. And he's posting everything else to other Discord servers and Kiwi farms. I don't know why people keep citing this guy as like the ultra reputable source of things that are true and real. Again, and I will stress this, and I have all the logs for this, Dristicle didn't believe it either. Dristicle did not think that this guy was being truthful either. He said, oh, there's no reason to. I don't know if I was the first one to suggest it, or Dristicle might have even been the first one to suggest. I think that he's just lying to cover his tracks. But
to be fair to Destiny, it's not like Solo is a good guy here. The whole reason why all this drama started happening.
Not like Solo's a good guy. That's one way to phrase it, Willie. True.
With Destiny is because Solo logged into Rose's Discord account and shared all of the messages between her and Destiny. This is how we found out Destiny was non-consensually sharing his nudes of previous partners to a
shared the messages. Also, this is under contention right now.
Random e-girl. But we only know about it because Solo shared all of this revenge porn online. Him doing this has led to a ton of people around Destiny getting doxxed. All of this comes from Solo and his...
What? This has led to it? What the fuck? What was that summary of events? What?
Main motivation for doing it is because he was bored. This guy sucks. But this guy doing these awful things has opened Destiny up to valid criticism. I've already made 2 videos talking about the Pixie situation. Go check that out. If Destiny is upset that this is being brought up again, he should have never shared those videos with some random girl over the internet that he didn't even...
If I didn't want Willie publishing my DMs, I shouldn't have been talking to somebody in 2022. My bad. True. You got me on there. That was a very good argument.
Know the age of responsibility lands on him. He's tweeting the 60 gigabyte screenshot was related to a claim the Rose person made, someone whose name and birthday have yet to be reliably confirmed.
But this is not the 60 gigabyte CP folder or whatever.
And he shows why he knows there's a 60 gigabyte drive of Rose's underage videos.
If you have the size, you should have it on your PC. It's just a screenshot that she sent me of the folder. I mean, I could post a screenshot of what she told me. If someone ever hacks mine and my boyfriend's cloud storage, they will find a treasure trove. I swear I have 310 folders of photo sets. Total size 61.15 gigabytes.
But the context of her sending Destiny this is that she would send him those videos that her boyfriend recorded.
No, it's not. One, that's what it... I know that he doesn't have that context because that never even happened. Like, how does he have more knowledge of my conversation with this person than I have? This didn't even happen. No, what are you talking about?
Told him, I'll see if I can salvage any of these recordings my boyfriend made for you. Destiny then sent me a screenshot of a video he has open and describes it as an underage video Rose sent him. Her boyfriend was recording these on Skype calls. That's absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this if she was 17. He's describing and acknowledging that he has CP. I blatantly asked...
First of all, that's not even... The message is literally that I seriously don't think that this is that, number one. Number two, again... You don't know exactly what this video is because he didn't. Because I think some people think that I'm just like sending him fucking child porn. Okay, I don't know if he implied that in the first video. If some people are just running with that explanation or whatever. But again, for reasons that will be very clear, and whenever the fuck my court case is over, I can talk about this a little bit more.
And he answers yes, giving reasons why he can keep it on his computer. When he pulls it up on screen, he acknowledges that this is CSAM that Solo recorded of her.
Because I have screenshots of when she would record stuff. She literally has A lot of these were done via Skype calls with her boyfriend, which I didn't really figure at the time, but we tried to find out who the boyfriend was based on initials and stuff from here too. But this is not the 60 gigabyte being CP folder or whatever.
Nah, it's just 1 gigabyte of CP. He's lying when he's saying this is an uncharitable reading. These are very direct questions, and he's giving very direct answers. Yet his viewers cope in mass. But he didn't do that. Are you really going to be this dishonest? Somebody directly shows him that he did say yes to having CP, and then it becomes, well, he was just making general statements. It's not general at all. It's actually very specific statements. Destiny viewers, these DMs are your emperor has no clothes moment, and you are choosing to be blind. Hold them to a higher standard. As far as Rose's age goes, it has been confirmed since August 20th. This is due to Destiny posting information about her college to mock Kiwi Farm's failed attempts to dox her. Well, they found her, and she's wearing Destiny's merch, same girl from the Twitter account. They found her name listed among college.
If you genuinely think, this is why I don't believe any of these people are real people. If you genuinely believe that this is an underage victim of like online crazy shit or whatever, why the fuck would you publish? Why the fuck would you dox this person in your YouTube video? This person who's not even publicly making a claim or saying anything publicly, by the way, at all, right? What? That's like, it's just unfathomable to me. I can't, what the thought process is, that's not true. It's unfathomable what the thought process is if this is what you're saying is your thought process, right? If the goal is just to do hit pieces on me, then I hit piece away, but holy fuck.
Peers, they found the same girl living in the same town because of this local
Jesus Christ.
news clip, and her birthday is October of 2004. This is confirmed again with a traffic violation, and she's the only person with that name in that town, and she fits that exact description, meaning that when Destiny was sending and receiving material from her, she was underage. The video that Destiny showed me still has is titled with the date of August 14, 2022, meaning she was 17 in that video. That is a legal CSAM. Upon telling them that she's a minor, no reason to think the dox is wrong, Destiny doesn't go, oh, I better turn this over to authorities. He replies with why he thinks he should still keep it. He doesn't even know for a fact. I don't think I'm allowed to delete it. I don't know if it counts as high.
I'm trying, hold on. I'm just trying to think of what I can say. Oh my God, I can't wait until dude, this is gonna be the final manifesto. I said the last two manifestos will be the final manifesto. Okay. Let me give a totally unrelated example. Okay. Let's say that I'm building a computer, okay? And let's say that I have a whole bunch of graphics cards, okay? Let's say that when I go to build my computer, let's say that I'm trying to think of, fuck, I can't do this with an analogy. This statement is being interpreted as though I don't know, or I have no idea how I'm supposed to treat stuff that I have archived for a court case. When another reading of the statement is, you don't know what will be relevant related to a court case, if that makes sense. That's all I can say about this. It has nothing to do with videos or pictures or anything else. It has to do with when you are fuck that. If you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. He's reading this as like, oh, I have no clue what I'm supposed to do, or what is the law, or what I have no idea about any blah 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 blah. But he's a layer removed from what this is relevant to.
Hiding or destroying evidence. I'm pretty sure I have an obligation to preserve this stuff. This is not someone who's confident they're doing the right thing. Destiny says he could keep it because of his court case with Pixie.
Now he spends time going.
That's nobody. I've never said anything along the lines of like, oh yeah, so here is my state mandated, lawyer protected collection of CSAM, blah blah blah. This is how it's being read or whatever. But obviously, my understanding is there would be no law firm that would ever tell you to do that ever. Nobody would. This is not a thing. Okay, this is not a thing.
Going through this Rose person who supposedly Kiwi Farms has dug up stuff about. I haven't been able to verify the authenticity. Nobody close to me has been able to verify the authenticity.
Literally anybody can verify its authenticity right now. But Abba and Preach blindly repeat Destiny.
You could say Destiny's irresponsible. You could say a lot of things, but first off, the person's age hasn't been confirmed.
False. Just because you're too lazy to look doesn't mean that.
Second,
this one parking ticket does indeed exist. At this point, though, with how crazy the thing is, I don't even know if I ever fucking spoke to this actual person, okay? I don't even fucking know at this point, all right? Because again, all of the information, it's not like there's a victim that's come forward or somebody related to the situation that's come forward. All of the information is spun off of the tidbits that this guy basically leaked on Kiwi Farms, who was trying to blackmail and extort me. That's where, and then all of the research has just been to try to destroy my career. That's it. Nobody cares about like a victim or any other bullshit here. Like that's where all of the information is coming from. Not to say that it is necessarily wrong or necessarily right or whatever. Like things can be right or wrong past that, but it's not, there's a lot of weird stuff. Whatever by the time this court case ends, and then hopefully more, by the time everything is like settled with this, there are going to be some collection of facts where some things are very hard to account for because something very fucking weird happened. Willie altered the 10-4 date on the 4th of October earlier in the vid to remove ambiguity, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. People are making that assumption, but that assumption might be true based on how parking tickets are read. I'm not sure.
You guys are all admitting that Destiny didn't know the person's age at the time until years later, and that's only the alleged age.
If somebody tells you that you have nudes of an alleged minor, are you going to keep them? What kind of commentary is this?
Like, he keeps, like, this solo guy has every incentive to scare me off of trying to find him. There's a reason why it took so long for anybody to have any information about the alleged victim or whatever, or victim or person or perpetrator or honeypotter. I don't even know what the fuck you would call him at this point, right? And that's because they worked, or at least he worked, so hard to scrub every bit of information from this person off the internet as much as they could.
Nudes of an alleged minor, are you going to keep them? What kind of commentary is this? This is crazy.
If you don't see why him having a court case where this is relevant and his lawyer tells him not to delete it doesn't matter, like, I don't know, I think you guys are a bit lost.
Rose's nudes are not related to his court case. His court case is about him sharing Pixie's nudes with Rose. And so
yeah, it's such an unbelievably...
Solo informed him that Rose might be a minor 2 months before any court case started. Abba and Preach blindly agree that, yeah, Destiny's lawyer would have told him to keep CSAM for his legal case. But what is your source? I haven't seen one lawyer covering...
To be clear, also, I've never said that statement before.
This that agrees with that.
This person was factually underage. Therefore, this is factually CSAM. That completely changes the dynamic from something the lawyer might not have to report because he doesn't know one way or another to something he'd say, well, now we've got to talk about this. Now we've got to disclose this to the court. I'm just saying and presenting out there, as always, professionally, hey, here's the attack, here's the defense, right? And it doesn't look good for Destiny.
So legal mindset and criminally suspect or whatever, these two lawyer guys. So just to be clear, I think both of these guys are the ones that said that I had no representation initially, that this is a slam dunk case for Pixie, that I was going to be completely fucking buried, that I had no idea what was going on, what I was doing. Just to be clear, that was these two guys, because I think the criminally suspect guy shows up later, but you know.
This does not look good. This is in addition to a civil case. So this has gone from something that is purely civil to something that is now potentially criminal.
Napoleon Feeser says 17, that's illegal, but hardly CP. It's child. You cannot have pictures of minors. It doesn't matter if the age of consent is 16, like here in Ohio. You could a 16-year-old. You can't have naked pictures of them. If they're under 18, no, you're done. He says, I don't think I'm allowed to delete it. I don't know if it counts as hiding or destroying evidence. So here's the deal. Notice what Destiny isn't telling you. My attorney told me to do this. Because I guarantee you he hasn't told his attorney, hey, I've got child pornography kicking around on my computer. What do I do about that? There's a discovery demand and he has to turn that over. Pixie can't hold on to it. Like I said, Pixie, her attorneys, no. You like child pornography is like Chernobyl graphite, you guys. You can't touch it. How does discovery happen? Well, it'll happen with what Pixie and Destiny have done or other things Destiny has done. But the child porn, that doesn't need to be in there. You can do everything else. Did Destiny send Pixie's pictures out without permission? That's all we're really worried about right now.
So what research, what lawyers did Abba and Preach go to before spouting off all of this? They cited nothing and then just declared that I'm in the wrong. The video ends in such a bizarre way.
You can say he's irresponsible. You can say that's stupid. You can say maybe he should turn it in, but to make that video and make it seem like it's something it's not.
What do you mean by maybe he should turn it in? Bro, it's CSAM. He has to turn it in. What a shocking video. Abba claims Destiny already reported this to authorities.
What are we...
And like I said, hey, listen, people have been spam calling the FBI on me forever, okay? So listen, if I'm gonna get locked up, all right? In actuality, I don't want to say this because I don't want to give ammunition to my opponents, okay? But the reason why I've been late every day is because the FBI comes to my house every day and they seize all of my devices, and then I have to run down to Best Buy and I have to rebuy everything and reset up my studio every single time. So this is like my 47th computer set that they haven't seized from me yet. Hopefully I don't come back tomorrow morning. This is a claim that I'm seeing repeated by so many people, including lawyers. This idea that I'm not going to dive into this too much, but after my court case, I can say this more, okay? This idea that if you have potentially bad material, that you should run to the police and turn everything into them it is a thing where if somebody says that, you can immediately disqualify every single thing this person has to say about anything related to criminal law or anything to do with lawyering or criminal anything. It is probably the single most retarded fucking statement I have ever heard in my entire life. I've seen a lot of people run around saying it's actually so fucking retarded.
What are we talking about? There's an ongoing legal matter. He submitted this evidence to authorities.
No, he didn't. Destiny said he was going to on behalf of Pixie and then stopped.
I never said I was doing it on behalf of Pixie. Pixie was never part of the first legal case that I was pursuing because she was too busy trying to milk me for money. Moo.
Decide to sue him.
Are you going to report it to the FBI? maybe when I was doing work with a New York law firm, the goal was initially, because the packet that we put together was a thing that we were, I don't remember if it's not, the original packet was going to the DOJ. That was the goal of that originally, because I thought that the stuff of the solo guy, even if the girl isn't underage, was criminal in behavior, 1 trillion%. Well, initially was to send it all to the DOJ and then have them try to pursue it there.
But as far as I know, he never followed through with this. Everyone, including professionals, is saying there's no shot he told his lawyer that this was CSAM. So to me, it clearly seems like he's lying.
If you want... What? Like... I'm trying to imagine. No, I know why. It all tracks. Okay, so people think that I'm like the most arrogant person in the universe just because I happen to be debating a bunch of people that generally are fucking retarded. Okay, which I'm sorry, I can't help that. All right, but I tend to know what I know and I tend to know what I don't know. The initial claim was that I was going to represent myself because I'm so smart. I know more than every single lawyer. And I'm going to represent myself, and that's why it's going to be a fucking disaster. Because apparently no lawyer understands how filing dates work or deadlines and think that if you don't file something fucking immediately, that means that you are litigant pro se or whatever. So then the second thing was that I guess because I know so much or whatever, I would just lie and hide things from my lawyers. They're your lawyers. Why would I hide something from my legal team? Why would I fuck myself? Why would I pay so much money and then fuck myself that hard and be like, oh, hey guys, whoops, LOL. Like, the only person that you hurt there is yourself. This is like hiding shit from your doctor. Don't hide medical information from your doctor. Don't hide anything relevant to a legal case from your legal team. How stupid would that be? But if we want to make that assumption, okay. I want to interpret my messages in the worst way possible, and that's going to be the basis for some FBI call?
I know Destiny, I was drifting a little early on this. He streamed it and he was saying, oh, Willie Mack misread what I was saying. I'm like, there's no miscalculation there. And like, if you were that incorrect in your words and you're not that stupid, Destiny's pretty eloquent when he needs to be. Yeah. How do you...
Eloquent when he needs to be. Yeah, when I'm making public statements or when I'm writing formal statements or when I'm writing manifestos. Yeah, not when I'm just shooting the shit in DMs with somebody and putting omega lols. Like, yeah, by the way, I've got hundreds of gigabytes of child porn, omega lol. Like, do you want some LOL? Like, why would I?
You accidentally say, I got more cheese pizza than Papa John's. I was starting to have a bit of a panic attack. Like, he's laying out, I've got it. And this idea that I have to save it.
So I said if Destiny wants to prove people wrong, he should get a public statement of his lawyer explaining this.
This is another thing that is the most retarded thing. Why the fuck? Why? What? This isn't even a thing that would ever... Why? Hey, legal team, can you guys go make a public statement because a bunch of YouTubers are saying... Why the fuck? Why? What?
Is not currently in a court case over Rose's material. It would be such an easy way to clear things up. But no, he writes it off as an impossibility.
I think you should probably get on with his legal counsel and have them explain why having alleged CP since November is okay in this instance and legal. I've not seen one lawyer agree with this. I don't know how retarded you have to be to think that that any lawyer would ever agree to do this.
Companies have lawyers write up statements for them all the time. And if he went to the police, he should show a report.
You have to be to think that any lawyer would ever agree to do this.
Companies have lawyers write up statements for them all the time. And if
companies have lawyers write out statements for them all the time. Statements about ongoing court case? What are you talking about? He's talking about like PR firms? The only thing a lawyer will ever say generally is, "Oh, my client is innocent of all charges," or "My client is we are confident that we're going to succeed in court." What are you talking about?
He went to the police, he should show a report. If he just does either of these things, he's in the clear. So why doesn't he just do them? He skipped the entire point of H3's video. The majority of it he dodged. He won't even provide the quote-unquote good faith interpretations of the messages he sent. I've seen Destiny when he's in the right. He usually directly
because dude, whatever. It's all good. Give me 6 months or a year whenever the court case is over.
Runs it and brings receipts. Here he's just constantly deflecting. He's like, look at all these edgy pedo jokes Ethan made in the past.
We went around from channel to channel.
Because he opened his video with 15 minutes of fucking jokes that I've made. Yeah, no shit.
Around. It was horrible shit. We went to this channel. This kid was like 8 years old. He was growing out with everybody in this chat. This kid decides to take his pants off and wiggle his 8-year-old dick on screen. I can't even believe it.
I haven't gotten into Ethan's jokes yet, but I do think it's kind of funny that I feel like I've heard him say similar things.
It's called Children's Joy TV for a reason. The guy knows how to give pleasure children. Children's Joy TV, baby gets anal raped by a syringe and gets injected with AIDS virus.
When we see something like this, are we supposed to call the police?
Am I on it? I feel like I'm definitely on the FBI watch list now.
Yeah.
I don't know how many FBI watch list jokes he's made. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But if like that's the standard, then sure.
Bro, you watched a real video of an 8-year-old shaking his dick. These are not the same. Also,
a video? Oh my God, what? Yes, true. In my more prolific internet days, when I would download the 8-year-old helicopter dick. True. Thank you, Willie. True.
Would look at some of Ethan's old edgy jokes a bit differently if he admitted to having CSAM to another content creator. But he didn't, you did, and now people are raising eyebrows. Ethan points out how Destiny defending Bosch for getting off to Lolly feels creepier now.
Who cares about Lolly? Who cares about drawn? Imagine your life is so boring that you give a fuck about animated cartoon girls.
Imagine your life so boring that you care about sexualizing children. Imagine being so bored in your life that you actually care if grown-ups want to f minors.
Destiny doesn't really engage, he doesn't defend his position, instead he goes after Ethan for laughing at Rick and Morty.
Engage or defend my position? Because this wasn't the time to have a fucking debate on fucking lolicon. What?
Was that photoshopped? Wait, was what photoshopped?
Boring that you give a fuck about animated cartoon girls. Imagine your life so boring that you care about sexualizing children. Imagine being so bored in your life that you actually care if grown-ups want to minors.
Destiny doesn't really engage. He doesn't defend his position. Instead, he goes after Ethan for laughing at Rick and Morty smut.
Oh, my forehead? Oh, sometimes it's good to just give yourself the warrior treatment, so you can get ready to tie it back to a man bun like this. Wait. Fuck. It's not long enough yet.
What? Rick and Morty? Okay.
No, wait. That's Rick and Morty? No.
Yeah, this is from an episode of Rick and Morty where Mr. Mises runs train on
No.
Mr. Mises and all his buddies run train on April.
He's not Jewish, I can see. So he is. Now, okay, do I actually think he's getting off the lolicon or that he enjoys this despite that creepy fucking smile he has while sharing his pornographic hentai with his parents? Probably not. But like, if this is the standard we're gonna use, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Obviously, laughing at the absurdity of degenerate stuff is not the same as getting off to it, but Destiny's not here to make sense. He's here to go score.
Laughing at the absurdity of degenerate stuff is not the same as getting off to it. What was the context for the 8-year-old thing? I guess that was me downloading a video of it. So it was getting off to it, I guess. That feel when I... Just 10% of the time, I just need the...
Scorched earth. He plays a bunch of clips of Ethan making fun of cringe and creepy videos online, leaves out all the context. Both of these guys...
Leaves out all the context? What?
Definitely make their share of inappropriate pedo jokes, but with Destiny, it's just different. His are coming from leaked group chats.
He then shared this lewd image of a child with his friends and said that he's going to get arrested someday.
Imagine receiving a bikini pic from a 15-year-old in your DMs, a fan of yours, and being like, she's so hot, I need to share this with the boys.
His friend asks pics, please. Destiny sends what was a public Instagram photo of her in a bikini and goes, girl on the left, so hard.
I think it was Facebook, not Instagram. I don't know if Instagram even existed then.
To say no. I'm gonna get arrested in one of these MLGs, man. His friend replies, who cares? It's not like you're 40. Destiny tries to recontextualize this as him warning his friends to watch out for jail bait.
Yeah, I messaged my...
That was literally what the conversation was about! Be careful! Does it not say that? Is there more to this conversation? I think this is published somewhere.
Public Instagram photo. Who cares? It's watch out for jail bait.
Yeah, I messaged my little team or whatever. Obviously, those DMs were pretty crass. But I mean, the whole point is like, hey, like they're gonna people that DM you, they'll send you pictures. They look older than they actually are. Don't minor.
Wasn't the full convo leaked? Yeah, I feel like it's somewhere on a pastement. He will show it.
Don't do it.
But these logs are public. You can see that they were just... There's no speech about being careful for jail bait. It's about them...
There's no speech about being careful for jail bait.
Minor. Your life is gonna be over. Don't do it.
But these logs are public. You can see that they were just gearing. There's no speech about being...
This is random sex
careful for
talk.
jail bait. It's about them banging porn stars and stuff. These messages are real. Destiny has confirmed it.
Is there not... Wasn't more of that... Is there not more of this log publicly somewhere? Am I crazy?
You don't need screenshots. There should be a pastement of the entire conversation.
I don't want to give a whole lot of credence to this because Destiny did not hook up with a 15-year-old. As one of his friends said, it's not worth it. I do raise my eyebrows, though, that one of the reasons to not do it is because they're inexperienced in bed. Destiny's saying this is a group chat conversation to warn people about the dangers of jailbait. It's just a lie. They're just exchanging sex stories, so you can be as good faith or bad faith as you want with this stuff. At one point, Ethan plays a clip of Destiny saying that 19-year-olds might as well be children to him. And I think Ethan completely misunderstands this clip. It's Destiny saying people should not hook up with 19-year-olds because they are basically still children to him.
I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all insane, dude. Don't get this.
That's such an interesting
This is exactly what we're saying.
It's all the same, bro. 15, 13, 14, 15. It's all the same, bro. 29. Also, on the other hand, also is a self-report. It suggests he knows exactly what he's doing.
If you listen to the actual debate here, I'm arguing with a dude who is literally trying to abduct a mentally retarded 19-year-old and take her to another state and impregnate her. Basically, every other time I'm speaking about this person and their age, I do refer to the fact that 19, but it's not just the fact that 19, it's a whole bunch of other things too.
Yes, Destiny did have this debate, but at this point in the stream, Destiny was just generally speaking to his audience. He even goes on to say that his 20-year-old viewers don't realize how young they are.
Now, I know if you're 20 years old, it might bother you to hear that. Like, no, I'm 19. I'm a real adult, okay? I'm a real adult, okay? If you live with your mom and dad still pay all of your bills. You've never even had a job before. You've never lived on your own. You're a child. You're very much a child. You don't know what it's like to wake up and go into work, to work a job you hate because you have to pay a bill, okay? You don't know what it's like to have to make a decision between getting kind of a cool car and a piece of shit car because you can't afford it. You don't know what it's like to get called in to have to work an extra fucking shift because you don't have any life experience. You don't know anything about anything. You're a child. So all the people in chat are like, no, 19 years old, that's an adult.
True.
That's an adult. Dog. No. No.
So when it comes out that he's sexting Rose when he's 33, it's like, what the hell? Rose, even when Destiny thought she was 19, fit all of this criteria. All he does is deflect. What about Solo? What about Ethan's mean Reddit account? What about Ethan's dad dating his mom at 21 when she was only 16? Really, you're gonna bring family into this when your own kid is saying crazy stuff about you on the internet? This drama is so scorched earth. Destiny's audience made this graphic to make fun of how his son never engages with criticism. This perfectly applies.
Wait, how does my kid even relate to this? I'm just saying that me saying at 22 that chicks send you pictures for MLG events that are 15, that are underage, that, by the way, I explicitly said, not fucking, not hooking up with. It's not good. I just think it's interesting to have the energy that that's like a pattern of pedophilia, but his dad is like 21, married his mom when she was 16, and he seems to know that. I doesn't feel like he has the same energy for his dad. That's the reason I'm pointing out that. I don't know how Nathan ties into this, unless he thinks I'm also banging my kid, I guess. 14, 19, oh shit, yeah.
Applies to Destiny right now. Hide. He hides behind the fact that some of the details come from Kiwi Farm, when it just doesn't matter. Verified information is still verified information no matter where it comes from.
I'm not gonna sit here and listen to him fucking opine on all of the, on his theories here.
Alter. He lies about the substance of the messages, claiming he never admitted to keeping CSAM, even though it's in text. Straw man. Make fun of me for documenting talking to the police. Try and act like Ethan's a hit.
What? What is this interpretation? Make fun of me for documenting me talking to the police. First of all, you don't need to document it. They document it. It's called a police report. Number one. Number two, I'm making fun of you for posting a fucking video on it, which is hilarious and counterproductive.
Documenting talking to the police, trying to act like Ethan's a hypocrite for making edgy jokes when the situation is not the same, and it certainly doesn't alleviate him from what he's done wrong. Avoid. It hinges on small details to avoid the actual allegations, like how he doesn't have all 60 gigabytes of CSAM, when the concerning part is that he does have at least some of that CSAM.
Like, there's a whole bunch of like weird lies that came out of the Willie Mack video. People were saying like, I have 60 gigabyte folders. I'm like, this is not true. It's like an obvious misreading of a message that Willie Mack is showing on stream.
And then finally, name call. Mean your way out of it. Act like none of this is a big deal. Destiny knew that if Rose turned out to be underage, it would be a big deal. Even saying, if Rose was legit a minor, I'm probably done. I can sweep and meme through basically anything, even though some of it is really shitty.
This conversation, by the way, I know he's leaving the rest of us out, was with Gisticle. And yeah, I felt like if when all this shit was leaking back then, if that person actually was underage and that solo guy was like fucking flashing her ID or whatever, I'd be like, oh shit, that would be really bad. That'd be a lot of bad shit right in a row. I don't know what this is supposed to like prove or whatever. This has nothing to do with like, this is just like, yeah, the PR would be a lot of shit to deal with.
A minor, I'm probably done. I can sweep and meme through basically anything, even though some of it is really shitty. He's doing the Donald Trump, I could get away with murder.
They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue.
Does he? I wonder why he doesn't include that combo was with Gisticle. By the way, Gisticle tweeted that this was Willie Mack's best video.
And shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
So I think there's three ways this situation went down here. One is that Destiny really didn't believe Solo when he said Rose was 17. He kept the picture in logs just in case he got into legal trouble over
that also Gisticle did not believe him either, by the way.
the leaks, which he did with Pixie. And then when Rose was doxxed, confirming she was 17, Destiny was more focused on how Solo would be in the wrong than himself, sharing with me that he still has the material. When I was obviously unhappy with him, asking why he still has CP on his computer, Destiny spoke out of his ass, making up that his lawyer told him to keep it, and why he now keeps saying that Rose's age hasn't been confirmed when it clearly has been. And then when I went public, he panicked and called me a liar, changing his story, saying I'm being bad faith, because otherwise he'd be admitting to a felony. This would be good because that means Destiny isn't a pedophile and he just mishandled this whole thing. It is a messy situation for sure. Option 2 is Destiny.
This would be good because it means I'm not a pedophile. Is that what is that's the subject of the debate right now, is whether or not I'm a pedophile? That's the thing? Like, what if tomorrow it's revealed that that Pixie was 12 and she has like some accelerated growth? It's like, oh, he's a super pedophile. Like, Jesus Christ. That's okay.
Handled everything perfect.
I feel like this is what if your first girlfriend, what if you found out she had a dick, but you found that out like 10 years later? Does that make you gay? Is that the game we're playing now?
And to prove it, all he would need is a statement from his lawyer saying that he acted accordingly while holding on to the CSAM. Nobody thinks this is possible, including other legal professionals, but if it is, Destiny should do it. I will delete my video and apologize if it is true. Or option 3, he's a creep. Everybody thinks this for sure. Option 2 is Destiny handled admitting to a felony. This would be good because that means Destiny isn't a pedophile and he just mishandled this whole thing. It is a messy situation for sure. Option 2 is Destiny handled everything perfectly. And to prove it, all he would need is a statement from his lawyer saying that he acted accordingly while
if you want, you can literally read my court filings. But that's not what you want. That's not what anybody wants. They just want more information so that they have more stuff to make videos on, so that they have more stuff to mine through, and so that Pixie's legal team, who, by the way, fully coordinate with Kiwi Farms, you don't have to believe me on that. You can literally just go and read the fucking docket because it's all fucking public, although I know nobody cares or likes to read the actual legal filing because they're boring, and they are. But, like, I think that at this point, they don't even give a fuck. They're literally just, like, directly... They're literally just directly linking to fucking Kiwi Farms. They talk about it in multiple filings. I think in their last motion, they filed so many fucking motions. I don't know if like the lawyer just learned how to do them and they're like, oh my God. Plaintiff. This was the one here. Wait. I know in one they use a ghost archive that comes from Kiwi Farms. They reference the videos initially being leaked on Kiwi Farms here. Oh, they're talking about the solo guy here. I remember one of the guys, fuck, I don't remember what his name is on Kiwi Farms. It was like, are we supposed to be billing? Here's a link directly to a Kiwi Farms post right here. Like, they literally just read Kiwi Farms and they spam these motions at my law firm based on what they see here. Like, this is actually, like, ridiculous. Like, it's absurd. They don't mention it in this one. Good job. What do we have here? Oh, nice. And another, yeah. Like, you can't even re-up. Just, like, can you at least, like, fool me? Lie to me? At least, like, re-upload this to Imgur or something. You're really just posting screenshots right from... right from Kiwi Farms. Like, it's actually... This is crazy. But, okay. These are all plaintiff's motions, by the way. These are all plaintiff's filings, by the way.
holding on to the CSAM. Nobody thinks this is possible, including other legal professionals, but if it is, Destiny should do it. I will delete my video and apologize if it is true. Or option 3, he's a creep. Would really explain his take on Dr. Disrespect, who was planning on meeting up with a minor.
If some 17-year-old girl is DMing Dr. Disrespect, she's like, hey, we should kind of. Dr. Disrespect's like, yeah, I'm gonna whatever. I probably shouldn't do it. She's young, that's stupid, but I just don't really give that much. I think it's retarded. I don't think anybody actually cares. I don't give if they want to do it, Dr. Disrespect, I don't care. At this point, I just don't give a fuck about any of that shit.
Nickelodeon girls! I want to end this video by touching on a few things.
I really don't care that much.
If you're a
You shouldn't do it, but like, it's just.
fan, stop.
One of the things about the predatory behavior and stuff, because I think I mentioned it before that statement in this video, I think there's a significant difference. It's not good. I just said it's not good. You shouldn't be banging 17-year-olds. But I think there's a significant difference between that versus Dr. Disrespect, like talking to people and some chick is like, I'm 17. He's like, oh, you're a 17 little girl? Are you going to my fan meetup? Like, oh, you should come and hang out after. We can blah, blah. I think that's significantly worse. You shouldn't do either one, which I did say in that clip. But I think the latter would be significantly worse than the former.
Stop saying that 17 isn't a child. It's really weird, and trust me, I don't think Destiny appreciates that as a defense right now. People have been critical of me for making a video after reporting Destiny to the police. He absolutely torched me for this.
But the fact that you would then publish a video on it, again, I don't want to dive into the interviews of this, but you must understand that by doing that, you are literally undermining every single thing that you're attempting to do. Like, why the fuck would you publish a video on that? You must understand how beyond stupid that is. If everything that you were alleging was true, how retarded would that be? Why would you do that?
All of this was done over the internet. Nothing is truly deleted. He's already said he's kept everything in case there's a criminal.
Think that you were alleging was true. How retarded would that be? Why would you do that?
All of this was done over the internet. Nothing is truly deleted. He's already said he's kept everything in case there's a criminal investigation. He'd literally have to smell.
This is not how the internet works. Now, again, I understand that on like Mission Impossible and in like movies, like everything is on the internet forever and it's impossible to ever delete a thing ever. That's just not how the real world works. Not every internet service, not every website, not every single thing is infinitely archived in every single place for an infinite. That's just not how anything works.
His hard drive. So I don't think I sabotaged any potential investigation, but at the same time, I don't even know if there will be an investigation. That's up to authorities. So I'm also thinking about.
Okay.
At what point does the public have the right to know about this? I don't know. I'm definitely open to criticism. I think I handled it how most media outlets would. I'm also just hoping nobody tells
how most media outlets would? What's an example of another media outlet publicizing a phone call like that? True.
that they have CSAM ever again. Also, I don't know if Destiny will be charged. It's not up to me or Ethan. It's up to the prosecutors for how they want to handle this.
It's really up to prosecutors what they're thinking about, what they go for. That's not in the control of any streamer. It's not in control of Ethan Klein or Hassan or anybody else. It's in the control of the prosecutors to decide, hey, how are we gonna go after Destiny? If we go after Destiny, that's up to them.
So do I think Destiny is a pedophile? It entirely comes down to how charitable you want to be towards him. Do you think these clips show a dark pattern of behavior? I just come back to if Destiny was really following the advice of his legal counsel, he should get a statement from them. It will clear all of this up if he's
that will just never, ever, 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 ever happen. That would never happen about anything ever. If you want to see statements from my legal counsel or statements from me, read the court filings. You can see everything that's put in there before. That's like, I have a legal team. They're not a PR team, okay? My legal team is not here to, hey, can you guys type something up that I can throw on my next manifesto for me? Hey, can you guys, I want to like craft a banger tweet. Can I get a quote from you? Andy, can you go ahead and throw me, like, this is just so stupid.
He's handled everything. He should take it to authorities now. And this is kind of where we're at until his court case concludes or he's criminally investigated. He did say when that's over that we go on the H3 podcast. So we will eventually get answers. How unhinged can it get? Tune in next time by subscribing to the channel. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon who have access to our exclusive Discord. Thank you, Crimson Glass, River, Christina Vina, Drenko, Bash, Necro Valley, Eddie Bizzle, Kismic Vince, Christopher H, Samuel Music, Lucas If, Snoopy Coop.
No, wait, Willie actually thinks you're a pedo, right? I don't even fucking know. Who knows? Who knows anything? Wait, fuck. You go to Legal Mindset's website? That Legal Mindset dude is... Oh, that guy? No, I'm good. I think that people's like personal biases just taint their shit a lot. The Legal Mindset guy is like generally okay. The problem is that like people just make assumptions about things. And once you've made like one or two assumptions about a legal thing, you can go down like a really dumb road, I think. What? Okay, wait. Hold on one second. And then we'll do the next thing. I think this legal YouTuber said you broke a gag order.
Hey guys, and
there is no gag order present right now. Pixie's team is trying to say that me talking about the transcript counts as me violating a seal when the seal hasn't even been ruled on yet. They're just desperately filing literally everything they can. The goal is to just spam motions to the court to fill the docket up to get seem busy, maybe in an attempt to survive summary judgment or just to waste my money. I don't know. But one sec.